So this afternoon, you're not going to believe that this is a 2008 model motor car. I'm going to take you for a tour around our Nissan 350Z this afternoon, and we'll kick it off at the front of the car. It is fitted with HID headlights, so we do also have the windscreen washers as well. Finished in fire engine red, presents absolutely as new. The Juco in stunning order, as you can see by the images on the camera. Come around to the driver's side now. Factory alloy wheels fitted. There are quite a few scuff marks on the alloys, so it's probably the only thing that lets it down a little bit cosmetically, but you know, we gloss over that because of the quality of the Juco. You know, you have the silver colour outer door handles. As we come around to the rear of the car, we've got factory reverse sensors, colour coded, twin chrome exhaust pipes, consistent chrome badging through the back of the car. Well, once again, look at the rear bar, look at the tailgate. There is not a mark on the Juco on this car. It is in outstanding condition. Little performance motor car, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. Is fitted with the distinctive Z badging on the front guards. There's a couple of minor scuffs on the left-hand rear alloy, but the front left alloy is in as new condition. Overall, yeah, now staggering to think this car's approaching 6 years old. Just have a look at it. Okay, so moving under the bonnet now, and let's talk performance. This is basically what the 350 was designed as, a performance little sports coupe. So as you can see, 3.5 litre V6. Does have the support brace across the middle of the motor there. Now, you're going to get a lot of performance out of this car. 230 kilowatts of power, 358 newton meters of torque, and at the same time, still going to return you 12.1 litres combined per 100 k's. So expect in excess of 660 k's to a tank of fuel. Just took this car for a drive actually, and she's a punchy little motor car. A lot to like about the way it performs. So we're back around to the tailgate of the 350 now. Just a simple hold on the remote, and it releases our tailgate. Up out of our way, gas struts on the outer edges just to lift it right up. As you can see, based on the fact it is just a two-door coupe and a performance car, not a great deal of room, although Nissan do go to the extent of telling us how to fit 2 golf bags in the back of the car. They just haven't really indicated where we put the clubs. So yeah, it's an interesting little sticker, that one. Once again, you see the distinctive Z badging running through the brace support in the back of the car as well. Okay, so now we're on the inside of the 350Z. Just remember to put it into park there, Mark. On our driver's armrest, we've got our controls for our power windows, also our controls to lock and unlock the doors, and right up the front there, controls for our exterior mirrors. They can be folded in if need be. Just when you're in shopping centre car parks and things, just protect your exterior mirrors, bring them in. Down on the bottom section here, we have a couple of buttons. One's for our headlight washers, one's to manually turn traction control off if need be, and then our fuel door release right down the bottom next to our bonnet release. Move to the steering wheel. It is adjustable in height, so we can set ourselves up where we're nice and comfy. Just a matter of pushing the lever forward to lock her into position. Alright, so indicators as standard on our right hand side and wipers on our left. On our leather wrapped steering wheel, we have all of our factory settings for cruise control, and then we have all of our settings for our audio system. So everything can be controlled off the steering wheel. No need to take our eyes off the road. As we move over into the centre console section, few things to run through. We have our battery ampage, our volts, we have our oil pressure, and then we also have a little digital readout which gives us information on distance to empty, fuel consumption and so on. Below that, a little storage compartment there. And then we move down into our sound system. Really important to note, it is Bose sound, so it is premium sound. And you have quite a number of speakers in this car. I haven't actually counted how many, but there is plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and good sound too. I won't demonstrate the sound because we don't want to deafen you on the video. Just move the T-bar out of our way, and we've got climate control, air conditioning, obviously your heating as well. A little hazard light button just to our right hand side there. our T-bar just in normal drive at the moment, or we can flick it across and drive it in manual mode. Allows us to just move through the gears by the stick. Being a performance car, actually quite an enjoyable way to drive this motor car. Now both our seats in the 350Z are electric, so all of our controls as far as movement forward and back, and then for the driver, the back support as well, all fully electric. Both seats in this car are heated as well. So in those winter months when it's a little bit cold, you can warm up your body as well. Cup holders just in the middle there. If we're not utilising those, simply a matter of closing the door. Just gives it that really professional finish. Leather wrapped handbrake just there in the middle. And then a storage compartment here as well, just for storing any goodies. I'll move over to the front passenger section now. We don't have a glove box as such in the front of this car. Do have a little compartment there just to store some coins or things if you like. And if you reach down in this cavity here, just open that flap, there's a 12-volt outlet just there. We'll have a good look at the seats and the carpets before we actually move in behind the seats, because there's a few things to discuss there. It does have front and side airbags, this car. Once again, as I mentioned when we looked at the exterior, have a look at the interior. It is like new. Honestly, full leather interior. Have all our factory car mats. And what I'll do, I'll jump out of the passenger seat and just show you some of the storage area behind the seats now. Based on the fact that it doesn't actually have any glove box in the front of the car, it utilises basically a large storage compartment in the rear there. Okay, also utilises two other little storage compartments up here as well. As you can see, big subwoofer behind the driver's seat. Another 12-volt outlet here as well. So although initially you think there's not a lot of storage, it's in a lot of hidden areas. So, you know, they've utilised every possible bit of space in this car. And the other good thing about it is, I had a good look at the books and everything before we started the video, and this car was actually owned by a female, which some people, you know, believe is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. And running through the service history, it's been maintained beautifully. It's only done 79,000 Ks, this car, and its last service was only 4,000 Ks ago. And then I flicked back through the books. Every intermediate service since new has been carried out all the way through. So it's actually probably shows you earlier in the video when we're going through the exterior, and now we've had a good look at the interior of the car. You see the quality of it, and that's why, because of the way it's been looked after so far in its life. So once again, as I mentioned, with all those storage compartments, it's a simple matter of popping the service books back into one of those little cavities, pop them away, and they're locked away out of our way. Yeah, nice little sporty coupe. So as I mentioned earlier, it's probably good to give you an idea, being a performance car, basically in manual mode, really simple matter of just running through the gears by the stick, rather than drive it as an automatic. You know, obviously people looking at buying a car like this probably going to use it for what it was designed for. So, and once again, if you're used to driving, you know, the tacho is going to tell you when you change gears. You can listen to the motor, but me personally, I just want to listen to music. So it's a perfect way to just be guided by, you know, the revs it's pushing out. It's going to tell you when to change gears. Obviously, we're in a built-up area, so we're not going to take it to the full extent of its performance, being, you know, legally correct as we are. But it just gives you a really good idea. It's simple, super simple operation as far as just driving it as a manual car. At the same time, you can just automatically flick back to normal drive, even when you're in motion, up to 100 kilometres an hour. Not that you'd travel over 100 kilometres an hour, because that's against the law unless you're on the Hume Highway in country Victoria, or you're on your way to Gippsland on the Princess Highway. So once again, flicking back into manual mode, simply a matter of changing through the gears by the stick. Very similar to the stick movement you see in the V8 supercars when you're watching them. Obviously, we're just not allowed to travel at the same speed. which is a pity. So it gives you a good idea. It shows you both options actually, you know, in live motion. As I say, just cruising in 4th gear in manual now. At any given time, as I say, flick back across to just normal automatic mode. Does change the indicators on the dash from indicating your gears manually just back into normal drive, and we're back to driving it as a normal motor car. But gives you a really idea. I mean, if you're looking at this video, you're probably looking to find yourself a really nice, fun sports car to enjoy, and this is certainly going to do it all for you. And as I mentioned, which I'll touch on again in a minute, one of the finer examples you'll ever see of this age and model motor car. Reverse sensors in action. And so in summary, one of the best examples you'll ever see of a 2008 model 350Z, 12.1 litres combined per 100 Ks, 230 kilowatts, 358 Newton meters of torque. Only 70 odd thousand Ks, and just have a look at it. You're honestly not going to see a car this age in better nick. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a call, 9907 0555. Thanks.